J'ai parlé à celui qui empestait la mort, et il m'a écouté. En un voile de larmes, les croix marquées se transformaient.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way. Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
Bienvenue pour la 4e journée de Gabriel Knight. Alors, oh là là, sans plus tarder, on continue, hein?
Time stated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope. Despite his disgust, death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Voilà. Ok. Alors, on va aller voir Mosley, hein? On va aller lui chasser de ça, mais je prends toujours un café. Mon second café de la journée. On va bien évidemment demander à Grace pour voir. Il est quand même un petit peu flippant, le gars, dans la fenêtre, non?
Good coffee.
Ça donne pas vraiment le goût de sortir. Donc on va rester à l'intérieur, on va parler à Grace.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Ok, grand-maman.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again. Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting.
D'accord.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking. Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Donc, on va l'appeler tout de suite. On va l'appeler tout de suite notre possible parent.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Bon, là, j'ai vraiment galéré la première fois parce que j'écoutais pas ce qu'il disait, je lisais ce qui était écrit Et il dit genre, Grace n'a pas dit qu'il faut que je fasse le 11 avant. Bon. Mais quand il le dit, il dit 0, 1, 1. Donc moi j'essayais toujours de faire 1, 1, nanana, mais ça n'a jamais fonctionné parce qu'il faut faire le 0, 1, 1. C'est terrible. Passer autant de temps pour une niaiserie, c'est vraiment très dommage. 4, 3, 3, 3.
I'm not calling Germany. And Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Là, au moins, je sais comment l'appeler. Il fallait pas l'appeler. Bon, c'est des choses qui arrivent. Je sais pas pourquoi il voulait pas l'appeler. Bon. Bon, mais on va sortir, hein? Je pense qu'on n'a pas d'autre choix. On va aller voir grand-maman.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Si on n'a pas l'air, on va y aller plus tard. Je vais aller voir madame.
Gabriel, I'm
chez elle.
so glad you stopped by.
Elle est là toute seule assise sur le sofa.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Mon Dieu. C'est
Now, come on, sit down.
d'elle.
Tell me how
Il
you're
lui donne
doing.
un bec.
How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Ok. Là, je vais y aller direct hein, parce qu'au fond, notre grand-mère, elle ne sait absolument rien du vaudou, donc ça sert à rien. Et je vous le dis, je ne le ferai pas parce que je l'ai déjà gagné, mais si vous allez jusqu'au bout du complimenter-là, vous pouvez avoir un succès.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Moi, j'aimerais bien nous parler de ma maman.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to define her family.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Mon Dieu, c'était pas si peu, hein?
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. Oh, they never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Mon grand-papa.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He walked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
En même temps, ça me dérange pas que t'aies perdu ton emploi. C'est juste que, ben, moi je fais pas d'argent, puis toi tu fais pas d'argent, mais on va vivre avec de l'air et de l'eau fraîche. c'est ça?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36 when he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. It took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
Oh, I know you are, dear.
Ça fait un C'est beau maintenant.
Tell
je
me
trouve
something
ça
about
beau.
Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb?
D'accord.
It would be such a sweet gesture.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will. Tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. Oh, they were two peas in a pod.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road, or wildcat.
C'est drôle quand même. Son grand-père il est décédé quand son fils avait 8 ans. Son père est décédé quand lui avait 8 ans. Ça porte à croire que si Gabriel a un enfant,
Tell me about my father.
Your granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought. He pushed Philip to go to law school, but Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated that it was Margaret's money that supported the 3 of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two, but he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
donc voilà.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Ok.
I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
L'idée, c'est qu'il faut déplacer les choses, hein, tout simplement, pour trouver quelque chose d'intéressant. Telle une clé.
What's this? It's some sort of key.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts,
Aren't those called lederhosen?
a bundle of letters, love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books,
Just what I need.
On sait jamais. Donc on a besoin d'un livre en allemand.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. Nothing happens.
Bon. Là, je sais qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire, mais j'aimerais tellement vous l'expliquer.
The key winds the clock's mechanism.
Granddaddy, you old fox.
Il y a un truc avec les 3 dragons. Donc, il faut mettre le cadran à 3 heures puis choisir le dragon en haut. Mais Je suis incapable de me rappeler où est-ce que j'ai entendu ça. Mais bon, on y va plus rapidement. Je suis désolée.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Mais peut-être qu'on va le voir... C'est peut-être en parlant à notre grand-maman.
The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only other thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of a quill tip, bold strokes and underlining. The back of the photo has the following written on it. Schloss Ritter, 1925.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là aussi? C'est peut-être un croquis. Je te demande. Son père avait juste des goûts bizarres.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Have you ever heard of a Schattenjäger?
Schattenjäger? Schattenjäger? Oh, how odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
Oh. Thanks, Gran. Do you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
Heinz Ritter. Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
Oh, I promised I'd never tell you or your father, but I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Gran.
Your granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Harrison Knight legally when he arrived.
Do you know anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
Wolfgang Ritter? No, dear.
Huh. Odd.
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally Ritter.
Why did Granddad change his name?
I don't know. I tried to ask him about his family and his life before America, but he didn't want to talk about it. He never even told me about his name change. I found out one day when I saw his passport in a drawer. Since he obviously found it painful, I never questioned him about it. But I'm sure it wasn't trouble with the law. Your granddad was the best man I ever knew.
C'est quand même troublant
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
d'être marié avec quelqu'un, d'avoir aucune information sur son passé, savoir que c'est même pas son vrai
Gran,
nom.
I'd better get going.
Mais tu lui poses pas de questions parce que
Take it
tu sais,
easy on those women
ça a l'air
out there,
difficile
will you,
pour
Gabe?
lui.
Women? You're my only girl, Gran.
C'est bizarre. Ma mamie a demandé d'aller au cimetière, je vais au cimetière.
Someone has left a small vase by the Wright family tomb.
Not sure who else comes here besides me and Gran, but that was nice of them. How's it going, Granddaddy? Miss you, Mom. Hey, Daddy. Oh, shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase.
On n'a pas fini de parler à tout le monde.
Gran talks a lot about you, Holly. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response.
Ah non.
Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
much as when they were alive.
Oh.
Looks like it's my lucky day.
Ouais, c'est ton jour de chance, mon grand. On ramasse rarement 20$ comme ça, juste pour le plaisir. Hein? Allez voir Musling. Qu'ils vont laisser l'affaire quand on est en plein milieu de l'enquête puis qu'on avance super bien.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
La musique. La musique est super intense. Mais ça sert à rien.
I have to tell you, Bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
D'accord.
How can I convince you to...
You prove...
Oui, je sais. Je m'excuse.
Get...
J'ai un peu fatiguée. D'accord. Ok. Donc, il faut convaincre Mosley.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Allez.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Bon, alors le gars il est très mauvais. Allez, on jase. Hop et aïe aïe aïe.
Are you sure I can't bother you with a few questions?
Mister, please, I'm trying to turn this game around.
Yeah, right. Got a crowbar?
Shut up, you bastard.
Bon, allez, on va laisser tomber. Hein.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Bon.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks. So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooienne and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
D'accord.
Hey, kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee,
Anniversaire
a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all
C'est
right.
pas très joli.
How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace. Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
J'aimerais bien avoir $100 dans mes poches, moi aussi.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
Ça fait vide, hein? Sans la toile et le papa.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
Allez, allons-y. On a assez d'argent maintenant pour aller acheter la tête de crocodile à la pharmacie.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Hi. I have $120. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's 120 sure enough. That mask is yours, sir.
C'est horreur. Étonné. Là, pour l'instant, on ne sait pas encore pourquoi on l'achète, mais on l'achète. Ça, c'est le truc particulier dans le jeu. C'est comme, mais pourquoi tu veux qu'on achète ça?
Here you
On a
go.
zéro raison.
Careful it don't bite you now.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedying. But, you's having problems with your,
That's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks anyway.
'Cause it ain't none of my business if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
Alors, on va retourner à la maison. On va jaser un peu. Je sais pas, je vais essayer. Ça, tu te prends une petite gorgée aussi en attendant? Allez, go!
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
This isn't a good game, this is torture.
Oh, well, have fun. Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game, that's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, bastard.
I ain't never needed to cheat yet, you loser.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Whoa, hold it. You really think Marcus uses this stuff?
Would I make something like that up?
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe. This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
And you say Marcus uses this? That explains a lot. Let me see that bottle. This looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a Pim's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
How much you think I ought to put in here?
Careful, you don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Come on already, I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Big Mouth. Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate! Checkmate! Checkmate!
You are the biggest butthead, Sam Singleton, that I have ever met.
Checkmate!
You can just put that chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Hallelujah!
Mauvais
I
perdant.
did it! Yippee!
Première fois qu'il perd en 20 ans. Le gars est mauvais perdant comme ça.
Nice game.
Nice game! Hell, I was brilliant! Course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
Ok. Je sais, moi, qu'est-ce qu'on veut.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game. I'll have the bracelet later today. Right now, I feel like I could do anything. Meet me here in a few hours.
Great, thanks.
Très bien. On peut prendre les trucs? Non. On peut rien prendre. D'accord. Je vais là parce qu'on peut y aller, mais j'aurais peut-être dû aller au jardin avant, au parc avant. Sortir. Au moins c'est gratuit, hein? Le nombre de fois que je me trompe.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Voilà, on va aller le voir.
Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting. I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away!
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Oh, forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm too sick to waste my time. Go away!
Qu'est-ce que je pourrais lui montrer? Non, ça non.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Faut que je lui montre un truc, peut-être les codes.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Ok, je pense pas qu'on a ce qu'il nous faut. Je vais aller appeler mon pseudo-membre de la famille. Moi, j'ai pas rien à ma grand-mère.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Merci, Grace. C'est vrai, j'étais allée la première fois, puis je me suis fait avoir par le gars qui voulait acheter mon tableau. Et ce que je voulais faire, c'est ça. Je voulais appeler le gars en Allemagne.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Oui.
Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht.
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
This is Gabriel Knight. Why are you calling me, Mr. Ritter?
I've been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What in the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain on the phone. I have had dreams about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I knew that Heinz had a grandson, but until this dream started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Heinz was my